Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 back at another video for you guys, and I'm back with another Higehiro episode review for you guys, and I'm here with Higehiro episode 10, where it was a really nice episode, especially at the end, a very endearing moment. So let's get into this week's episode now. In this week's episode, this episode kind of covers essentially Yoshida's true feelings about Sayu leaving, and then kind of the leading up to the buildup of when Sayu is eventually going to leave. So now the episode kind of starts off with Yoshida talking to his friend and then Mishima, and they're like, "Oh, so Sayu's going to be going home soon, huh?" And he's like, "Yeah." But the thing about Yoshida this entire episode, you see, is he's kind of down. He doesn't kind of want to, he's definitely feeling like when she's gone, he's going to miss her a lot and stuff like that. And it looks like he doesn't like the fact that Sayu's going to be leaving soon because he's been adjusted to living with her and everything. Now, when he goes back on the way home, he actually runs into Sayu's brother. So they have a talk in the park, and Sayu's brother is like, "Look, I'm sorry for being rude for the things I said." And Yoshida's like, "Look, hey, it's understandable. I understand why you would say all those things. You're just a caring brother," and stuff like that. And that's when we go a little bit more back in depth, or a little bit more in depth with the family situation with Sayu and stuff like that. First, Sayu's brother does ask Yoshida, like, "Why did you pick her up? And take her back to your house?" And Yoshida's like, "Well, I was drunk after getting rejected by a girl, and I just saw somebody I could just help and stuff like that. And I want to be lying to say if she wasn't a cute girl." And Sayu's brother's like, "Well, I guess I can't blame you there." So there you go. But anyways, Sayu's brother, essentially, you find out some information about the family, which is very insane and honestly very freaking dark, as we find out that Sayu's dad used to run this company. He was the president of this company, their Origawa Foods, I guess, company. But the thing is, as Sayu's mother was pregnant with Sayu, let's just say Sayu's father had fling and hooked up with some other girl, and in order to try to keep the family together was obviously for Sayu. And essentially the dad was like, "You know what, F off, I want nothing to do with you. When the kid's born, have the kid have," or he tells Sayu's mother, "have an abortion," which I was like, wow. I was like, wow, we're going that deep into this? Holy shit! You gotta be kidding me! I'm like, my God, this has some dark elements to this show. Like when we saw the whole start of the series of how dark this got. We had freaking adult males doing it with a teenage girl, suicide, and now abortions. This series is dark beyond belief, my guy. But I watched that, I was like, wow. Anyways, to go on, Sayu's mother didn't want an abortion, and because of it, the dad's like, "Well, fine, if you're not gonna get the abortion, then Audi 5000, I'm done. I'm leaving." And he goes and stays with that other girl, that other woman he hooked up with. And because of it, after Sayu was born, all Sayu's mother could picture was, well, the father, Sayu's dad. And essentially what the brother kind of runs down is like, even though Sayu, when she was younger, she was a cheerful, happy-go-lucky girl, our mother never really paid much attention to her and never really gave two craps about her. And by the time Sayu was old enough to understand how their mother felt about her, that's kind of where the relationship became strained and stuff like that. And again, it's another really, first things first, what the hell type of parenting that is? So you don't want to have an abortion for your kid, but at the same time, when your kid's born, you're going to envision your husband, and you're going to blame your husband for your daughter. And you're going to take that anger out, that hatred out, that the way you don't care about your daughter because of your husband just upped and cheated on you? No, a real parent would be there for their daughter and would be there as a loving parent and be there supporting their kid. First, listen, now I thought the mom, see, when we saw the backstory of Sayu and the mom blamed Sayu for the suicide or that happened with the friend, I thought the mom was all sorts of messed up for doing that. But now I damn near know that the mom was all sorts of fucked up for saying that shit. And she's just effed up in general. Like, you're really gonna take all your anger and aggression on your daughter who had nothing to do with this. Nothing. She was in your womb and she had nothing to do with all of this. And you're gonna get mad at her? Please. At this point, if I was Yoshida, I'd be like, well then why do you want, and that's the thing, it's like, well then why does the mom want Sayu to come back? If I'm Yoshida, I'm like, why not she just stay with me and you say you can't find her? Cause it's like, dog, it seems like the mother doesn't give a fuck about Sayu. It seems like the mother just wants Sayu to come back because she doesn't want to get in trouble with something. But yeah, it was crazy. More darkness on the backstory of Sayu and her household. That is just flat out crazy. It seems like the brother is the only caring damn guy in this entire family. I thought the brother would be an absolute dick, but he's actually a nice, genuine guy. The only guy that actually treats Sayu like a human being. And he even makes a mention, he even tells Yoshida, like, I think you're like the legit first parent, like, individual in Sayu's life, which is why she's so attached to you. And that's when he's like, thank you for that and stuff like that. So yeah, now we cut over some time. It seems like Yoshida's kind of, stressing himself out and things like that, obviously because he's kind of down about Sayu leaving, and some of his other friends like, hey, you good or something like that? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine, don't worry about me and stuff like that. But at the same time, other people seem to be worried about him and things like that. Now Sayu takes Yoshida to the same exact mountain hill that Asami took Sayu, and Sayu tells Yoshida, like, yeah, we talked about how far I've come from my past and stuff like that. And it was a nice little talk. Now, Sayu does tell Yoshida, like, as I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna make sure everything that you taught me, everything you've done for me, I'm gonna make that and hold that in a place, when I go back home and stuff like that. And I'm gonna take that part that I learned from you back home. And obviously you have a very emotional moment where they're both crying with each other and they just give a nice little embraceful hug there. I'm like, this show is too sad, man. These two people, they're, oh my goodness, if this doesn't give you father-daughter vibes, I don't know what that says. So yeah, now, the next day at work, Mishima tells Yoshida, like, well, if you look so worried about Sayu, why don't you just go with her to Hokkaido? Just go with her if you're so worried about her. And he's like, I can't do that. What about work? And essentially, Mishima and his friend are like, don't worry about the work. You clearly care about wanting to be with Sayu. Like, forget the work. Go with her to Hokkaido back home so she feels comfortable and stuff like that. So then a few days later, Asami calls Yoshida and tells Yoshida that, listen, I can't get in contact with Sayu. Her phone's not picking up and I don't know where she's at. And that's when, thanks to Yoshida's best friend, they kind of find a way to get out of work. As they go look for her, Yoshida's friend's like, look, dude, you need to make your mind up on something, man, and you're pissing me off. Like, do you care about this person? You're like, and essentially Yoshida's friend is saying, like, listen, the reason why I'm pissed off at you is you need to get your life together. Find out what you care about the most. Essentially saying, look, do you care more about your job and having Sayu move on, or do you care about Sayu and do you want to make the sacrifice to go live with Sayu in Hokkaido to watch over her and stuff like that? Now, she gets a call. They eventually head back to his apartment and Sayu's there. We find out that Sayu was going to Yoshida's job, and she was going to walk home with him from work because it was like essentially her last day with him and everything. And I thought it was a nice little thing. Like she wants to spend as much time with Yoshida as she can be. Now, the last bit of the episode essentially has it to where you just have Sayu and Yoshida talking. Sayu says, like, can I get in the same bed as you? And obviously, I guarantee the people who are not shipping these two characters were like, don't give me this, don't give me this, don't give me them having some sort of moment where they do something in bed that they shouldn't be doing. I know those type of people were going crazy about that. But they kind of again reassure, like, look, do anything weird, I'm kicking you out, which is another funny joke they said. But then, you just have Yoshida kind of just Sayu laying on Yoshida's back. And that's when Yoshida kind of turns around. And then that's when he says, well, guess what? I'm going to go to Hokkaido with you. And that makes Sayu very overjoyed, happy. And that's where it seems like the story is going to be going, that he's going to go to Hokkaido with her. And I'm guessing gonna live up in her household to make her feel more comfortable, because these two characters have been together for the past couple of months. And obviously, it's very hard. It would be very hard for each of the characters individually to say, let her go her own path and stuff like that. Because Sayu, she feels like she isn't ready to do this all on her own. And she would like Yoshida to be by her side. Because again, it's like her brother said, Yoshida is like that parent-like figure that Sayu never had. Yoshida was that parent-like figure that gave the love, the attention to Sayu that, her mom never did give her, and stuff like that. And I do like the fact that Yoshida, he's taking a very big sacrifice. Obviously, this is gonna have to be some communications with the brother, ask the brother, see like, hey, is this okay? Especially even to the mom too, is this okay that I come live in your place, because Sayu feels comfortable around me. So that's gonna be very interesting to see where the story goes there. Obviously, he's gonna have to talk to Sayu's brother and her mother to say like, is this okay and stuff like that. Now, another question is, does this mean we might get a potential relationship between the two? I don't know. Personally, again, my whole stance of if they have a serious dating relationship between Yoshida and Sayu, I would prefer it if Sayu were older, or if she turns the age to where I guess you can say she's legal enough to be able to date Yoshida. So it's gonna be very freaking interesting to see where that goes. So yeah, I know there is three more episodes left. Yeah, 3 more episodes left, because this is episode 10. There's 13 episodes in this series. So we're gonna have to see what happens next. But if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of Higehiro, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Higehiro content. Other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Until then, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you guys later. Peace.